Kevin, after trying the Meze 105 Airs, I really think maybe we should stop using wireless headphones.
Big statement, big statement. Namaste, we're DHRME. Dudes hosting real music enlightenment.
That's us.
Right, so this video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about how these headphones look, how they're built, their materials, how comfortable they are, right? We're also going to be talking about how these actually perform for calls, because it's a good office headset actually, to be honest. And a bit for audio too, so we'll get into the sound quality, of course, guys. We'll get into all of that. And then we'll close off with how these are versus wireless headsets or headphones, and what the differences are and why would you buy one or the other. And it's interesting because we will gravitate more towards these and we have our reasons for it. So stick around and let's get into it.
And just superficially, like all Meze products, what do you think about how they look, man? Yeah, right? It's
You started with the most beautiful topic for Meze headphones. I think they are, like I said, beautiful. The materials, the design, the look. I mean, especially the materials, I think. When just the moment you pick them up and you touch them, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
And I like this kind of metal, I don't know, what do they call this? I had a word for it.
Spring steel headband.
Yes! The spring steel headband.
Okay.
I know somebody on community said that reminds them of a tire rim on a YouTube community.
Okay.
And I think once you see that, you can kind of not unsee it anymore. But I still think they look gorgeous.
And this is something that I learned from you, because I was never in the wired headphone space. But these headphones don't actually have adjustable headbands that we're used to on wireless headphones, but they just kind of adjust on its own.
To your head, yeah.
To your head, and it works. Because I put these on, I was like, yep, immediately set.
Comfortable.
Yeah. And the velour ear cups, also not something you see very often. No. You see faux leather, fabric, like on the AirPods Max and all of that.
Yeah.
But this is a nice touch. I don't know how they will last in the long term though.
I think they are lint magnets for sure.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people on the channel will have more experience with velour than us. So let us know in the comments down below what do you think about velour pads. But at least at first touch, they are very good. Very nice.
And glance.
Yeah.
There's this nice shimmer to it. And and they are very comfy. That is for sure.
Yeah.
How was the heat generation though on these pads?
Not too bad, but we are not in peak summer right now.
That's true.
This is kind of like the winter months. So it's hard for us to judge that. But yeah, I think velour is kind of velour. It has the same properties. So I think they'll be okay. I can imagine that they're slightly better than leather.
Okay.
So
in what way? The heat?
Heat-wise.
Okay.
Because I think leather just tends to heat stuff up a bit more.
Yeah.
But that's just a guess I have. Overall, I really like how they look. I also like how the ear cups look with these kind of, I don't know, this kind of gothic
It reminded
design.
me of Spider-Man for some reason. Like a spider web or something.
Yeah.
But gothic, I can see that too.
Yeah, it's got a goth kind of look.
Yeah.
And so overall, physically, they look beautiful. They are super comfortable.
Okay. Do they come in different colors?
I don't think so.
No.
I think this is the only color we have, but we'll throw a screenshot up if there are other colors. One thing I will say is the physical design also, it's beautiful to look at and beautiful to touch and wear and all that, but it's also a lot of stuff is replaceable. So the ear pads are completely replaceable. And these screws are I think they're proper screws. You can just unscrew them if you want a replacement pad. I think you can buy those on the website. Here's the website. Yeah, so it is kind of nice that, and that's one of the reasons why I'm saying, and I'll come to that, and why I think these are better than wireless headphones.
Okay.
But we'll come to that at the end. So, but how do these headphones perform? You haven't used them much, have you?
No, I haven't.
So that's kind of going to be my story.
Yeah, go for it. I'm going to learn here.
We did review the Meze 99 Classics that are there in the beautiful walnut gold color. The Meze mic we got along with that one. So the Meze mic itself costs $69. And I think the Meze mic is very, very impressive.
Yeah, it's worth it.
So there are a few things that I like about the Meze microphone. One thing is how it looks. Again, any Meze design, I think it doesn't look like a crappy gaming headset microphone. It's got that shiny metallic thing in it.
Yeah.
But it does perform as well. So it's not just looks.
Okay.
So if I wear this, and maybe I can do a quick mic test. Let's do that. I'm plugging it into my laptop. So what you're seeing is what you're getting. So popsicle, ice, icicle, testing. 1, 2, 3. Popsicle, ice, icicle, testing. 1, 2, 3.
And now you're in a busy cafe because I'm just talking.
Popsicle, ice, icicle, testing. 1, 2, 3. Popsicle, ice, icicle, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, impressive. I'm pretty close to you as well.
Yeah, that was Okay, so this microphone is very impressive to me because it's not just like, we also have the mod mics which we reviewed, right?
Yeah.
I use that with my Sennheiser HD600 all the time.
Yeah.
And the mod mics, are you looking at my hair? Something's off.
No, just looking at you.
Okay.
But if you want me to nitpick,
No, don't review my hair.
Yeah, okay.
No, but the mod mics definitely, I think they're kind of like a darker sound. They're very like bass heavy.
Okay.
We'll throw a sample up here of the mod mics.
And this is what the mod mic sounds like. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing, 1, 2, 3.
But they also have very much plosive feeling. So the P's really pop, and that's not fun to listen to, especially when the mic is up close. These ones, not only they managed to kind of minimize plosives, so I'm not saying they're perfect. There are some plosives when you bring them up close, but it also, your voice sounds richer and brighter and fuller, which is very nice. So
yeah. No, because I'm just thinking, in my mind, I'm like thinking, okay, these are an audio product. But if we just step out of that context and we say, look, you have this product, but you're going to be making a lot of calls. So many things work. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? There's no battery you need to worry about. They're open back, so you can hear the doorbell ringing. You can hear, your kid or whatever you need to be aware of in terms of your surroundings. You got a good mic that's canceling out background noise. So you could be even at the office with these. You're going to be one popular colleague if you're wearing these kinds of headphones there.
And speaking of office, you also get this nice hard shell case, which you don't get with kind of many audiophile headphones. They're built usually to keep at home and stuff like that. The case also has a nice little kind of magnetic pouch for your cables.
Magnets.
Yeah, magnets. So it's not very magnetic right now. I don't know why.
Is it magnets?
Yeah, it should be magnets. It's not very magnetic. Okay, no magnets. But it does have a nice pouch. You can easily place these. You don't need to adjust them because they're auto adjusting. And a beautiful thing about the mic we didn't mention is the inline remote.
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, the mic also looks great. I don't know, Meze designs great looking products.
Yeah.
But if you look at the inline remote here, it's got this kind of leather feel, but it has like this beautiful volume control. I'm a sucker for volume control, guys. I mean, volume control is so important. Why don't people pay attention to it?
What does that other button do though?
So this volume control, first of all, is super stepless. So you can just raise it up and down, no notches, works perfectly. Okay. And this other button that Kevin is asking about, as a fuckman, I know why he's asking. This is the mute switch. You can, and it's so satisfying, guys.
Yeah. That's nice.
It's a nice mute switch. It's got a nice volume wheel.
Yeah.
I might even consider buying one of these, like one more for home, one for office, because it's just so good. So, and the best part about the Meze mics, I know this is becoming a Meze mic review now, but just before we go to the sound on the 105 Airs, is that the Meze mics are basically, they can work with any device that accepts a mic input. So you don't have to use it with the Meze.
I wanted to ask, is it only for a Meze?
If you have like a kind of other headphones you like, which can accept, two mic and audio jack inputs, you can just use this with those. So overall, I'm very impressed with the Meze microphones, but let's stop with the microphones because...
Enough of the microphones.
Yeah, but the reason we're talking about it is because we're also coming at this from a non-audiophile perspective.
Yes.
None of us is necessarily an audiophile. We enjoy audio.
No, and I think you're definitely going to be using these for work calls
Absolutely,
as well.
because they're comfortable, light, good mics. Okay. What about the sound? Well, you're not an audiophile.
Hell no.
I like audio. I've played music in the past, so I understand what I like. It
Loud
doesn't
music.
necessarily mean, too loud, and I'm feeling the effects of that in my older years. But the headphones that I use right now to edit all our videos and stuff is the HD600 legendary headphones for their performance in the mids and voices. They are so consistent and they're so repairable. I bought them second hand like 8 years ago, and they were already 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I've replaced cables, I've replaced parts, replaced pads, and they're like new. That's one of the reasons why...
Buy it for life, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Wired headphones are appealing to me so much these days. Yeah. And other than that, so for me, this is like... The Meze is kind of the opposite of the Sennheiser HD600. And let me explain. Both are around the same price. I think, of course, the Sennheiser is a bit cheaper, it's older. But the Meze is like... If you look at the sound signature, and if you throw a graph up here, there is low bass on the Sennheiser, there is a bit more bass on the Meze. There's a nice mid, kind of flat line on the Sennheiser. This has a bit more elevated highs. And I would say if you want really natural, accurate sound, you still can't beat the Sennheiser HD600, especially for monitoring and stuff like that, and for voices in music. But you want a nice, fun sound, these are where it's at. Now, these are not fun like the Meze 99 Classics. Those are like all the way to the other side, like they're super bassy and all that. But these are perfect for listening to music. For me, if anything, they add a little bit too much sparkle. It's not sharp, it doesn't hurt my ears, but really good. And I think soundstage wise, they're better than the HD600.
So nicely in the middle then. These might be nice for
yeah,
me.
if you have an HD600 which you use for serious work and you want like a fun thing which is kind of like the HD600 in the sense it's open back and you can use it for a daily work, I think this is a good combination. So yeah, you can compare HD600 to 105, but both have different strengths. So I would not do that. I would say they can just be in the same family. Why can't we all get along? Just spend more money. No, just kidding. One of the other good things about these as compared to many audiophile headphones is they are low impedance, so they're really easy to drive.
Like EVs or internal combustion engines, like which driving? No?
These headphones are easy to use with source devices that are not generating too much current.
Okay.
So basically, you can use this with your phone if it has a headphone jack or just the simple adapter.
Yeah.
So that's one of, for me, the attractions of the Meze products, the 99 and the 109.
Okay.
Easy to drive.
Okay.
No special hardware needed. If you go to their higher models or some audiophile products, they need better amps and better DACs to perform better, but
pretty
not
cool.
these.
Yeah. So you don't need any other kind of equipment. Nice. Okay. But all nice and... You comfortable, man?
Yeah, no, because you kind of come in.
Yeah, I thought knee to knee, so a bit.
But yeah, then I can
but I can do like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do this. Yeah.
Does it work?
Okay. Now I've moved.
All right. All pros were big fans of this product, but there are also cons.
Yeah, it is not a advertisement
no
for
product. No, exactly. No product is perfect.
Meze, but I really love this, and let me be honest, even the cons are kind of bordering on nitpicky for me. So the first con I would say is they're quite large. So, I mean, if you're talking about compared it to the wired headphones, you need to carry either these around or this chungus around, and this isn't small. So if you compare it with the typical, a wireless headphone case, look at that. It's a huge difference, right? And the thing about something like this is like, I think the JBL Tour Pro 2.
Yeah.
Think about something like that is you probably don't even need a case for that. Like you can kind of fold it in, keep it in a backpack safely, and you will be all right.
True, because I noticed that these guys, let alone folding, the cups don't even swivel.
No.
Right?
No.
As in, don't even fold inwards.
Yeah.
So they swivel a little bit, but that's it. So
I wouldn't feel comfortable putting this in my backpack, and I'm pretty careless with my stuff. So if I don't feel comfortable, I think nobody would do that.
Yeah, the Sony XM5 is screaming for help behind you.
Yeah, the mustard oil incident of 2022.
So that's a big con, as in they're big, both the headphones as well as the case. But anything else?
Well, anything else? I think one aspect of these headphones, and since they are supposed to be audio headphones, is I think the treble, it's not really spicy, but it's bordering on that. So like it can get a bit too much with certain kinds of recordings. It also affects vocals sometimes, like female vocals and stuff. It makes it sound a bit more, I don't know, sharper. Probably that's the better word. One small nitpick I have is, I don't know what it is about these cups, but maybe I should move this guy out. So these cups, they're obviously plastic, which is kind of a con, and it's not really a con, but I'm not sure if you can hear this. So there is this kind of creak on this, which I don't really like. And the creak is especially even when you wear headphones. And if you're just turning around and there's no music playing, I can constantly hear that creak. Not a fan of that.
So it's a bit of swivel on the cups that creates that creaking noise, I guess.
I'm not sure. I feel it's like it's the point where the pads are meeting the cup.
Okay.
And it's a bit creaky.
Did you have that with the 99 Classics? Just curious.
No, I did not.
That was wood, right? So maybe that's...
That could be a reason. Yeah.
Could be. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so there's a lot of cables here, right?
Yeah.
How many cables do you actually get with the product?
That's a good one. That's also a con. So with the product, this is the kind of puck you get in the also stop feeling stuff. So this has one cable, again a nice cable, braided.
Ooh.
Partially braided and partially not. But this is not no inline mic in this. It's just a regular audio cable.
Okay.
It's a nice long enough cable. So let's see how long this cable is.
30 minutes later.
Maybe I should put that. So this is a nice, pretty long cable. I would say for a desktop setup, we have a wide angle lens and it still doesn't fit. So
okay.
Yeah. So for a desktop setup, I would be pretty happy with this. But there's no inline mic or volume controls or any of that jazz. Okay. And that is another con. The beautiful Meze mic we talked about.
Yeah.
It's an extra product you have to buy. And again, that's a bigger con, is that the headphones themselves cost $399. So at that price, if you want noise cancelling headphones, you're going to get a lot more in terms of features, their benefits, even daily benefits of active noise cancelling, transparency, things like that. So so they are expensive. So these are some cons I can think of.
Cool.
So that's kind of my look at the Meze 105 Airs as a non-audiophile.
Okay. But you kind of alluded to it earlier.
Yes.
You said wireless or wired has certain benefits.
Yeah.
Wireless has certain benefits. What is actually the difference? Why are we even wasting our money on wireless products if this is so good?
I know you're obviously asking that question so that we can have a discussion, because you are aware as much as anyone, Kevin, like we have a ton of wireless products here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And those products, they lose value super quickly. There's one every year that comes out, and I'm sure Meze also, makes new products, but I'm sure I can sell this in like 5 to 10 years for a pretty reasonable price. And even if I don't, these will perform at least that well. Whereas if you have earbuds or headphones which are wireless with batteries, with firmware updates that mess them up,
They're gone. Yeah.
I mean, we all know the stories. You just have to Google.
We have a ton of stuff, especially this happens a lot with earbuds, is we just take them out after a while and they just don't work.
Bye, you're dead.
Or one bud doesn't work, whatever. So
Yeah.
just e-waste waiting to happen. Whereas these guys, they don't actually have anything that will wear out necessarily. They will be like the pads or whatever, but you can replace all of them, right?
Yeah, you can replace the pads.
And the wires you can replace. They're all standard stuff. So and repair them and things. So yeah, that's a big part of it. So it's the
So you say $399 is
longevity.
expensive, right?
Yeah.
But $399 stays quite high for many years versus a $399 over-ear headphones. Yeah, I don't expect that to last more than 5 years.
Yeah.
If you're being generous.
But there's a reason those exist and they have a market compared to these. And that is, I think, first of all, wireless convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with all of these long ass cables everywhere getting tangled up, etc. It took you 30 minutes just to untangle one of those. So yeah, you don't have that. You have, and when traveling, that's very easy, right?
Yeah.
Pop them on, you're done. Another big advantage is noise cancelling. Of course, there are wired maybe headphones with noise cancelling.
I don't know, actually. Interesting.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Just thinking out loud here.
No.
I think most of the stuff we've come across is all wireless. Of course, they can be used wired as well, but they do have a battery in it and everything. So yeah, so noise cancelling is another upside of wireless headphones.
And features, there's tons of customizability. Not only the noise cancelling, but your sound can be customized. You have EQ, you have hearing tests, you have, I don't know, like it turns off automatically.
Yeah, the wear sensor, right? So if you remove these headphones, they're not going to pause your audio. No. Whereas there's a lot of headphones that do, right? It can detect. There's a sensor inside.
They can detect when you're talking to somebody, let their voice in. Phone calls have features, side tones, things like that. So I mean, there's a ton of things you can do with wireless which you can't do with wired.
Yeah.
And I think for travel especially, wireless makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because you just put it in your bag and go, and you can shut out the world if you need to.
I can't imagine going on vacation with all of this. It feels overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. And it's also not very easy to go to put it into your phone, or you need an adapter. So that's another purchase that you will have if you're using it on your phone or tablet,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is basically our review of the 105 Air. A good thing to know is if you're not going to travel with headphones and you're using them at a desk, I really think wired makes much more sense now. Because you don't have latency issues, first of all, if you're editing stuff. You don't have connectivity issues. You never have to charge them. Imagine never having to charge a product.
Oh yeah, forgot that bit.
Microphones, you have a proper boom mic versus those AI enhanced microphones and stuff like that. So I think there's definitely a place for wired headphones, even if you're not an audiophile. Just if you want good value for money because they retain money, and if you work at home or whatever. That's great value actually.
It's insane how much money people are spending. We are spending sometimes on wireless headphones, and I'm just thinking, right, how long will these things last?
Not very long.
Fraction, if not, if not these things lasting forever. But incredible if it's just convenience that you're paying for, noise cancelling. You can get a lot for a good price. But our whole channel is full of those kinds of product reviews on headphones in different price categories. But very interesting. This makes a lot of sense at home or at the office.
I'm going to keep this at the office.
Nice. Well, there you have it. Headphones for the office, and a little bit for audiophiles too.
So guys, Meze did send out these headphones to us, but this is not a sponsored review. They don't get any say on how this video was made or what we spoke about. I generally love the product, so it might seem like a sponsored video, but it's not. So a big thanks to Meze, but a bigger thanks to all our viewers, subscribers, and our patrons and members, the Popsicle tier, the Icicle tier, these lovely folks on Tested tier, and
our highest tier, which are the Fuckman tier members. And a special thanks goes out to Rachel, Gamma Panda, and Paula. Thank you guys very, very much.
You've been looking at Air wired headphones.
And we've been DHRME.
Do we?